Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena. Sebastian Janik high above the ice, joined by Garrett Kane. An incredibly important weekend here for this Wildcat group, possibly the most important games this program has played in half a decade. Garrett, ASU on home ice, alumni weekend. What do these games mean to this Wildcat group?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to the Wildcat fans here. We have a good turnout tonight, and we have the pep band also here tonight, so that'll get the Wildcats moving.
One of the best parts of college hockey, having the pep band in the building. Cactus Cup potentially on the line this weekend with ASU coming in with a 2-1 lead in the Cactus Cup series. A win here tonight will really alleviate the stress coming into tomorrow. We will be back to bring you Puck Drop after the Bear Down Breakdown. Sebastian Janik with Garrett Kane. This is Wildcat Hockey. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the final edition of the Bear Down Breakdown for the semester. ASU coming into the building this weekend. Always an incredible matchup at home, rivalry-wise, but especially this year, alumni weekend, Cactus Cup potentially on the line. What does this matchup mean to you as a coach and to this group?
Obviously, goal number one every year is to win the Cactus Cup, and we're behind in that series right now 2-1. So great test for our guys to respond, to see how we come out under some adversity with our backs to the wall here. Obviously, getting that first one's going to be important, so we'd like to start, which we haven't done very much lately, start on time, make sure we're ready to go as soon as the puck drops. But obviously, anytime they're in town, it's a bigger game than normal, and that's just the way it is.
In terms of responses, a big response last weekend. The result doesn't go your way on Saturday, but a night and day difference in terms of the way the team looked between Friday and Saturday. What did you think this group was able to switch around and do right in that Saturday matchup?
I think, the biggest difference Saturday to Friday was our compete level, number one, and number two, our back pressure. We were coming back through the house, providing pressure from behind, supporting with numbers underneath, coming through the middle. I think when we do that, we're going to create more transition and have more pucks on our sticks. So hopefully those are little things we can build on. We haven't really consistently built on the little intangibles of the game, which is probably why we've been a bit inconsistent. So hopefully that's something we can build on moving forward.
With a large number of alumni being in the building this weekend, what does it mean to you as the coach of this program, to see how many players want to still be involved later, the alumni that are still passionate about this team and this program?
Well, certainly, and I mean, just look on the bench, having Anthony Churro and Justin Plumoff on our bench that are willing to come back and volunteer their time to be a part of the program. Anthony Cusinelli, one of the great players in the history of our program, willing to take over the alumni stuff and help coordinate and get people involved. We've got, I think, 45 alumni in town this weekend. I think, that's really humbling for me, and it's a reminder to me of the responsibility we have to these people to uphold the standard of this program. And certainly it makes me want to work harder. And, my big dream is someday we win a national championship. And when that happens, all those people are going to have their fingerprints all over that trophy.
U of A versus ASU, always a big stage, no matter what the sport is in Tucson. Saturday night, Pink the Rink. This team being a part of the community, having that stage to be able to, show the way this team supports the fight against cancer. How integral is that to, the culture that you've built here? Not only, the alumni, but also the Tucson community getting involved.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the great events I think that we do is the Pink the Rink game. It's about awareness. It's a reminder to everybody that everybody's going through something, particularly the way we do it and the way that we're wearing somebody else's loved one on the back of our jersey, whether they're currently fighting or previously fighting through the battle. I think everybody knows somebody who's been through a cancer battle, and unfortunately it's way too common. But to have the honor of wearing somebody else's name on your back, I think makes this an extra special event. And so not only are we raising money, creating awareness, but I feel like it does corral the community because we're representing the community in the best way we know how.
So a lot of community events, alumni Pink the Rink. Just before we wrap up here, just a little bit of the X's and O's against this ASU team. Splitting the series up at Mullet Arena the last time you faced this ASU group. What are some of the things that you're really going to look to get done offensively and defensively to get these 2 wins at home?
Well, again, just building out the intangibles, just little things like being an F2 drive to create better zone entries. Those are the little things we really like to get going. They got a couple guys who you don't want to give time and space, so we want to make sure we're dialed in on that, taking away their time and space. They do a good job of packing in, staying patient, and transitioning on us. So we want to manage the puck. We want to get more pucks to the net in general. I think just way too many shot blocks from the top. We've got live boards. We'd like to use those more. There's other ways to get to the net than through a shin. And so for us, it's just a lot of little things. Obviously, it's been a very trying semester in terms of staying healthy. We're starting to get some bodies back. We feel like we've underachieved to this point in the season, and like there's way more. And although the fan base hasn't seen it yet, I know it's there. It's coming. And so we got to start stringing some wins together here if we want to make a push in the second semester. And to me, we're not waiting until January for that to happen. That's got to start now. And, one win at a time, one shift at a time. So hopefully we have a good start to the weekend.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the best games of the season. U of A versus ASU on home ice Friday evening at the Tucson Arena. Where would you rather be? Sebastian Janik joined in the booth by Garrett Kane. And Garrett, a lot on the line this weekend for this Wildcat group.
Yeah, the Wildcats are going to be looking to capitalize on this weekend for the Cactus Cup here on home ice, and this is going to be a really big game to win here on home ice also.
This first game on Friday, ASU comes into the building with an opportunity to win the Cactus Cup. We won't even think about that. It's all focus here on Friday evening, and we will get you the starting lineups here in just a couple seconds. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the stream. Happy to have you, and hopefully we'll all be happy when this game wraps up at the end of things.
Tristan Swiger. And right wing from Northbrook, Illinois, number 18, Jesse Lowell. At center for Manwan, New Jersey, number 20, Brody Selman. At left defense from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 4, Luke Busby. And at right defense from Wayne, New Jersey, number 7, Nicholas Chioka. And in goal for your Arizona Wildcats from Finland, number 30, Nicholas Seppänen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats and turn your attention to section 112 for tonight's national anthem performed by the University of Arizona Pep Band.
Wildcat fans, as we get set for puck drop. A big weekend here for this Wildcat group, as the first half of the season has had its ups and downs, but any ill will be erased tonight if the Wildcats are able to get a critical victory. And hopefully with guys like Hughes and Myers drawing back into the lineup, help get that forward core a little bit extra of an offensive punch. And Garrett, you know, it's hard to, when you were a hockey player coming into big, meaningful games, how did you kind of quiet the nerves and the thoughts and the mind, you know, just knowing how much is on the line with something like this?
I'm going to be honest, I was really a high-stakes player. I loved the pressure, and I played pretty well under pressure, and having those high stakes really helped me improve my game.
And this Wildcats group faced with the biggest of stakes, as ASU is going to try to come in this weekend, play spoiler with an opportunity to win the Cactus Cup for the first time in 5 years. But the Wildcats know what's on the line. They take an incredible amount of pride in keeping that Cactus Cup in Tucson. So Brody Selman, Jesse Lowell, and Tristan Swiger out to start for the Wildcats up front, with Nicholas Chioka and Luke Busby on the back end. Speaking with Chioka earlier this week, he knows he's got more to give. This entire Wildcats group does. And with puck drop here, the nerves are high, but the intensity is as well. A great crowd here at the Tucson Arena. ASU, they're able to get it into the zone right away. Looks like it's going to be a face-off coming to the side of Nicholas Sepinen as the net was dislodged. So possibly some early momentum for ASU stifled there by a loose post. But the first 5 minutes of this game, it's really going to be fascinating to see how the Wildcats respond. Face some adversity. UNLV came in last weekend, put up a scoreline of 6-1 on Friday night. Wildcats played a much better game Saturday, but not able to get the result. ASU with a quick shot off the face-off. Face-offs are going to be something the Wildcats do need to improve on for sure. But now Luke Busby, he'll look to break it out of the zone. Chioka was incredibly high praising of his defensive partner in Busby, and now Lowell working behind the net with Selman. Jesse Lowell circles, looks to go back to the point, back to Ryan Fisher. Gets it down low to Brody Selman. That puck gets knocked off of his stick, but Swiger to Lowell out in front, and it's still loose in the crease. No whistle on the play, so in the first minute, Jesse Lowell with an incredible opportunity on Ham, but the Wildcats is not able to finish it. He's lost his goal stick, so Ham with no stick gets pushed back into the blue paint so he can retrieve it. Now Jesse Lowell with a great job works that puck down low to Selman. Chioka now, he gives and goes with Selman. Selman out to the front, can't feed Lowell. Wildcats with a tremendous opening shift here. Now another quick shot. That one's just off the pads of Ham. Selman getting worked down low in the corner, and ASU finally able to fight it out, but feels like the voice is going to be gone by the end of tonight if the first minute is indicative of the way the Wildcats are going to come out.
Yeah, and both teams came out of the gates here hustling. This first shift here with the Wildcats have been looking really good here.
So Brody Selman, a player who last season was just absolutely fantastic throughout, has not yet to score this season, so he's a guy where if you can get him going. But now a quick turnover and a shot from Robinson. Now another quick shot. I think that one might have gone off the post. So careless in their own zone, and the ASU gets a golden opportunity of their own. And now Shetland tries to feed Erickson, but right over to ASU as they'll look to get it out. Robinson, a former D1 commit for the ASU hockey program, came down to play on the ACHA club team. And he is not the guy you want to give chances to. So now the U of A, Walker over the blue line. Nice little move there. He looks to go middle. Walker out in front. A diving play. Ham's down and out. And a shot here from Erickson. Ham never even saw that one. So Ham's having a busy evening so far. Now back to the point to Overland. He looks to work it down low. Walker just tries to wand that one into the side. Erickson in good support there.
And I like to see that the Wildcats are pulling that second man down there, help with the board battles.
So now Walker, he looks to find an outlet, switches out there with Overland. Overland takes a big hit to make the play. Hughes tries to go back to the point to Hodgson, just can't connect. So Hughes, who has been out of the lineup for a little bit, he's obviously going to have a bit of rust to shake off. And in a big game like this, hopefully that's able to be a quick process as Overland looks to break it out. So ASU, their only real opportunity of the game has come on a U of A turnover, and now up through the middle, a chance here for Butler. Quick shot and a save by Sepinen. Rebound comes out, though, a quick shot. And a good job there by Connor Ziegler to get a stick in the lane.
Yeah, and the Wildcats really have to look out for the neutral zone there. ASU is sending a guy through the middle, and they've gotten already two odd man rushes on Sepinen.
So yeah, it might not look like much, but even 3-on-2s gives guys a lot more space. So Sepinen has to make a couple big saves. Ham has been quite scrambly in his crease, but has kept everything out of the net so far with some good support from his defense. Wildcats not able to win the faceoff. Back to the point to Olsen. Olsen with a quick shot looking for a tip out in front and just goes wide. Rossi, he can't get there first, but ASU turns it over. They try to chip it out of the zone. Luckily, Busby's still back in support. Busby tries to pass it through the legs. So the Wildcats going to have to recover here in their own zone after a couple of errant passes.
And the Wildcats are looking really offensive here with the breakouts. They're only leaving one defenseman behind. That's going to be a little risky.
So Busby relied on there to be the outlet valve. A good hit there by Rossi as he puts the body into his man. And a good job there as Friesen was not able to skate onto that puck. Now Connor Ziegler, 2-on-1 with Nicholas Chioka. Ziegler with a quick shot and a pad save by Ham. Josephson gets in and throws a big hit and gets an applaud from the Tucson faithful. So the fourth line for the Wildcats going to work now is Jesse Lowell. He saunters over the boards. We'll see if the rest of his line mates can get out there with him. Chioka can't knock it down, but Fisher, good veteran play there. So now Lowell, he feeds middle into the skates of Swiger, wands it into the zone onside, but Selman just couldn't quite get to it. So now Lowell over to Fisher. Fisher and Lowell, some of these veteran guys that have had a lot of success. A good, big hit there as Selman and Kruk collide. Both of them got the worst of it. Selman, though, right back in on the forecheck. A little bit of a trip up behind the play. Didn't see what happened there, but play goes on. Now trying to find Lowell. He tips it down, and the Wildcats will get a line change here as Swiger puts on the pressure.
And the Wildcats are doing a really good job.
Swiger with a great turnover. Now possibly a chance here. A shot and a blocker save on Shetland. Sorry to cut you off there, Garrett.
It's all good. And the Wildcats are definitely, there's going to be a lot of separation from the puck and a little extra here tonight. I feel like this is going to be a high-hitting game. Don't feel like the Wildcats and the Sundevils like each other very much.
No, the cliche phrase that we love is we don't like them and they don't like us. And for the first time in a long time, ASU sees that Cactus Cup in their sights, and the Wildcats are going to have to do their best to make sure they cannot attain it. 14:51 left to go in the first. Scoreless here at the Tucson Arena. Myers, he'll knock that one down. It'll be a quick out there for White, but not, it was held in. So now Myers tries to find a supporting man. Luckily the Wildcats break up that at the blue line, or could have been odd men going the other way. And you can see the Wildcats right now, they want to keep the pressure on, have that extra guy pinching down the boards, but ASU is going to try to take advantage of that. Quick outs, quick passes.
And I'm seeing major improvement from last weekend with the Wildcats on the offensive blue line. They're really trying to get the puck in, using a lot more speed than last weekend, really giving ASU a hard time here.
And if the Wildcats are able to play ASU the way they played UNLV last Saturday, it should be a great result. And Hughes with a big face-off win there, so getting him back in between the dots. And
it looks like we're going to have a Wildcat penalty here.
So the Wildcats are going to go to the box first. It's going to be a slash called there as Brian Erickson makes his way to the box. So undisciplined penalties have been a problem for the Wildcats, and the penalty kill has to be good here. All I saw was an ASU player stick on the ice, and that was enough for the refs to call it.
Yeah, and you got to remember that second head ref is behind the play watching everything in the back, so you got to be careful. Can't take any cheap shots on other players in the back.
I'm sure Erickson's going to wish the guy held onto his stick a bit tighter, but it's not going to matter as the Wildcats with a huge penalty kill in the first period. So now Marchant, they'll set up at the point, go back to his partner in Robinson, so forward up at the top of the paint. Quick pass there from Tillman to Robertson. They go back to Tillman. He skates in, takes a shot. Lively bounce off the boards, but doesn't come back out in front.
That was a great shot block there by Fisher.
So ASU just able to barely hold that in at the line, and now Connor Ziegler does a great job to get body position. Connor Ziegler and Will Josephson, so fun to go watch them go to work on the penalty kill.
Yeah, they're definitely a special teams pair there.
Yeah, Ziegler kind of the penalty killer. That's the word I'm looking for.
Really
Specialist there. He's a special, yeah. And that's what it comes down to on the PK, willing to put the body into lanes, be selfless, and Connor Ziegler does that night in, night out on the penalty kill. But now it's Walker out there with Lowell. Walker, he can't get a touch on that pass. Now Marchant, a little miscommunication with Robinson as Tillman circles out to the near dots, trying to find the open space. Not able to complete the pass. That'll head out of the zone.
And ASU's look like they're having a hard time here. Wildcats are really putting on the pressure on the penalty kill.
Yeah, taking away shot lanes now. That's a little effort there by Jesse Lowell, but it goes a long way as ASU is forced to set up, as Lowell got just enough on that to break it up.
Got 40 seconds here left in the penalty kill for the Wildcats.
And ASU trying to find those clean lanes. They go to Robinson. He accelerates down the near board, stops up, goes back to the point. Now possibly a chance here for Newland. He can't go middle. Lowell, he's calling for the puck, trying to get away. But luckily for the Wildcats, since they're on the PK, they're able to just ice that puck as Lowell was at the end of a penalty-killing shift there. So ASU not having time. So now Gross, he gets around a couple men. Now a 3-on-1. They get it across and they score. So a loss in coverage. ASU comes over the line, 3-on-1. One quick pass and they score.
And that was a textbook tic-tac-toe play there by ASU. using all 3 guys for that odd man rush.
So you have an extra Wildcat step up at the blue line, try to take the space away, and it's 3-on-1 over the line. And ASU, they're going to silence the Tucson Arena here early. So the ref's having a little conversation here. Not sure about what exactly, but now the Wildcats, again, the penalty kill special teams, which has been an issue for this group throughout the season. They're going to have to get the 5-on-5 going. You do not want to go down by more than 1 to this ASU group, especially with how good of a crowd in the building this evening. And ASU knows what's on the line, but so does U of A. And they stick with it. And a great hit there by Jesse Lowell to create some space. Wildcats trying to keep it in the zone, but just not able to corral it. So now Newland over the line. He tries to go again. Now a chance out in front, and it was Phillips with a lot of time and space, and the Wildcats just have to settle for dumping that out.
That was a great clear there by Brody Selman, a heads-up play. Just get that puck out when Sepinen is that far out of the crease.
So Overland wasn't able to hold that. That creates a chance for ASU. They're whacking away at it. Overland ties up his man. Hodgson comes in support, and now Shetland will break it out for the Wildcats, but Shetland's all alone. He gets pinched along the boards. Wildcats changing out behind him. Eddie Slack and Sam Myers trying to apply the pressure. Now a turnover here for Shetland. He gets it over to Myers. Now Shetland looks for a lane, can't escape his man. Tip out in front and a chance, and Myers at the side of the net still has the puck. So a great tip opportunity there, but Ham up to the test. So the Wildcats do have a good response shift there after giving up the first goal. Chioka with a nice move in the corner to get the puck, and the Wildcats will break it out. So Walker, he gets it on the forecheck. ASU able to touch it as far as the dot. Stays in the zone. Commitment here from Erickson. Erickson with a chance and a shot. Ham saves it. Now another backhand shot. I don't think Hughes ever got that one off, but a great opportunity there for the Wildcats once again. Chioka pinching down low in the zone. Now Walker waits, looks for the pass. Walker over to Chioka. Chioka cycles with him, but he's not able to control the puck.
And the Wildcats just look super consistent here, really keeping up the communication. Everybody's working as a team, really keeping ASU on their toes.
So ASU, who was able to score on really their only real opportunity so far of the period, Wildcats have had 3 or 4 great chances, but haven't been able to get one over the goal line. 10-20 left to go here as Walker goes one-on-one with his man, feeds it over to Hughes. Hughes with a quick shot, and that might have just skimmed off the blocker of Ham, but Hughes, good job there to not turn down a chance to shoot. So Fisher tries to feed it out to Erickson. Hughes gets on his horse, tries to put the pressure on Franklin. It's going to be White, goes up through the middle, can't connect with Kylie Ram. Hughes not able to touch that one into the zone. Sepinen communicating with his defensive pair, but it comes out to ASU at the blue line. Now a chance in the slot, broken up there. Walker's been out here for a while, though. We'll see if he has enough to get a line change at least. Walker gets dragged down. That's going to be a penalty all day long. And even though Walker was at the end of a shift, he puts on a little bit of extra hustle. Didn't see what happened there, Garrett. What got
just a little extra there. I think Walker was kind of hanging on the stick a little bit, but still an uncalled for.
So after ASU was able to convert on their power play, White will go to the box for ASU. It's going to be a big opportunity here on the power play for the Wildcats, something that has been difficult all season to convert upon, but no better time than to do it here. And with the crowd we've got here in the building, ASU did get that first one, but you know they're just ready to explode for a U of A goal. And now Nicholas Chioka, quick shot from the point and a blocker save. So Myers up at the point with Chioka. Chioka, nice little move there to get it to Myers. Now into the slot to Shetland. He's double teamed. Now they get it over to the side. Swiger, a little bit too hard of a pass for him to handle. They try to go down to Shetland, but Lowell in good support gets it there. Now Myers over to Chioka. Chioka pressured at the point, gets it over to Swiger. Swiger down low. Swiger, chance out in front, but a body in the lane. But Shetland and Swiger with a nice little give and go there. Now Jesse Lowell, he looks to work it around the referee. Swiger touches it back to the point. Now Chioka. Over to Myers. Myers with a quick shot. Chance out in front. Lowell looking for the rebound. Olsen's going to get right in his face. Those are two guys that do not like each other whatsoever. So they'll exchange some pleasantries as the refs will separate them, but the Wildcats with some tremendous puck movement there on the beginning of this power play.
Yeah, and I love watching Swiger on the power play. He's really patient with the puck, ensures that his passes are solid and nobody's around, and that was a great give and go. Almost turned into a goal.
Swiger, one of the brighter spots of the season so far, his first go around with the Wildcats this season. And Tristan Swiger has continued to impress, so 1:16 left to go on the power play. Hughes out there to take the face-off. 8:53 left to go in the first. ASU up by 1 here at the Tucson Arena. So the ref will give him a little warning. We'll wait. And now Hughes not able to win that, but can ASU get it out? Walker puts on the pressure. ASU struggling to, but they're able to get enough on it. Sepinen comes out quickly to make sure the play can get back into the ASU zone as quickly as possible. A little give and go with Selman as he'll wind it up. Exactly halfway through the power play. So now Walker, he feeds Hughes. Hughes, nice little stop and turn move. That'll get an applause from the crowd. Gets in all alone, finds Walker. What a great entry by Hughes. Can the Wildcats do something with it here? Walker with Overland. Now down over to Selman. Selman back to Overland. Shot's got to get away here. It's 4 passes. Wildcats need to find a lane. Overland looks to Selman and he scores! Brody Selman makes no mistake on the one-timer. Pops the bottle and the Wildcats tie it up on the power play.
That was a beautiful goal there by Brody Selman. Just rocketed that into the back of the net.
So the Wildcats, I might have been a bit too critical of the passing, but Brody Selman, oh, that's got to feel so good for him. He's such a heart and soul guy of this team, such a dedicated hockey player. You see the work he puts in. He hasn't been rewarded yet, but he scores possibly the biggest goal of the season so far for the Wildcats to get this all tied up.
Scored by number 20, Brody Selman. Assistant number 23, Ari Rossi, and number 9, Justin Hughes. Time of the goal, 11:55.
So Brody Selman gets his first of the season, which is strange to say as we enter the final games of the semester. But what a shot there from Brody Selman.
Yeah, Brody Selman coming out to the gates this weekend with an injury. He was in the UNLV games, but it's good to see that he put a point on the board tonight.
He's been a little bit in and out of the lineup from injuries, so maybe he just took a little bit to find his game. But with just how much is on the line when he sees that much net open, for him to be able to bury it, such a huge moment for this Wildcat group. And even though they give up the first, they come right back and answer. And now Gross for ASU. He'll bring it over the blue line. Wildcats need to pick up the trailer, and Nicholas Sepinen with a great glove save there.
Yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster, getting a shot right into the glove for Nicholas Sepinen.
So ASU, obviously we are the Wildcat broadcast, so we are going to play tiny bits of favorites between these two. But ASU, a team that loves to just get in and be gritty and make you angry. Wildcats are going to have to keep their composure, not get sucked into that type of game, because ticky-tacky penalties throughout the course of this game. We saw what ASU was able to do on their power play, but it was really only off of one rush. I mean, the rest of the opportunities have all been for the Wildcats.
They've been shut down really well by the defensive lineup here from the Wildcats.
So Lowell, he comes into the corner with his man. We'll see how that all shakes out. A little bit of an interesting decision by Jesse Lowell there to ride his ASU partner into the boards, but it looks like we'll stay 5-on-5 here. And there does seem to be somewhat of the broadcaster curse. As soon as you bring up anything, it seems to happen. And Jesse Lowell, anyone who listens to this broadcast knows how much I love him and his game and as a hockey player, but I think the Wildcats might have got a bit lucky there. They don't go shorthanded on that.
I would agree with you on that one.
So Olsen, he just chops it out of the zone. Busby will pick it up and get it over to Lowell. Chioka just couldn't handle that. Then Chioka toe picks a little bit, allows ASU to get a bit more zone time, but Chioka with a nice little touch pass there. Now Jesse Lowell, he feeds Brody Selman. Selman over the blue line. Selman with a quick shot, and Ham has to fight that off with the blocker. So Brody Selman has got his game going here tonight. That would be huge for the Wildcats to get Brody Selman of old back. Now Nicholas Chioka waits, quick shot from the point. Ham with another save, rebound comes out, quick shot, and that rebound's held. And Nicholas Chioka, speaking with him at practice, he promised me he was going to shoot the puck more, and that he has not disappointed so far. So the Wildcats generating opportunities from the point, getting rebounds, 6:49 left to go in the first, as Brody Selman was able to get a goal on the power play to tie this one up. So great to see so much of the Tucson community out to support the Wildcats this weekend. Pep band in the building, alumni in the building, Pink the Rink tomorrow. These are the type of games that make you love hockey. So ASU, they win the faceoff, and Robinson, he'll look to accelerate. He goes down, but so does Slack. So neither guy going to be too happy with their edge work there, but that one is going to come outside the zone, so ASU will have to tag up there. Robinson, he was a D1 commit for ASU, dropped down to the ACHA team. He's dangerous. Tops number 2 scorer. Myers with a beautiful move. He could have fed Shetland, but just couldn't quite get it. But Myers with a beautiful little pirouette move comes back out to him. Shetland tries to touch it with Myers. I think Myers thought that Shetland was going to take that shot.
And it looks like his skates were going the wrong way there. Almost would have been a beautiful play.
So the Wildcats making the offensive creativity happen. Love to see it. So got to find that balance between creativity and keeping things simple. You know, you get that tying goal, you're feeling great about yourself. But this ASU team, dangerous on the transition. They are opportunistic. Wildcats, when they went up to ASU and split the series last time these two teams played, Wildcats really were the better team in both games, but now Dylan Walker down behind the net. But ASU was able to outwork U of A on Saturday, so they split that series 1-1 up there. Wildcats need to outwork ASU this weekend.
And ASU is really stretching the ice tonight, getting a lot of passing lanes open in the neutral zone, and I feel like that's where a lot of their odd man rushes are coming from.
So the Wildcats have been able to keep them to the outside, except for that one 3-on-1 the Wildcats gave up on the power play. Defensively, things have been solid. But hockey, everything can change in the blink of an eye, as ASU now with their first possession in the O-zone in quite a long time. They'll try to go low to high. Hughes, beautiful poke check around his man. Such a great attribute to have for Hughes in the center of the ice.
And the Wildcats are taking over the defensive zone here with the defensive lineups that Berman has put together tonight.
ASU not able to generate many chances. Not sure where we're at on the shot counter, but ASU has not had the better of it. A little interesting deflection there, just kind of goes off to the side. Wildcats put 2 bodies into 1 man. Sepinen with a good glove save there, as that one was tipped.
And the Wildcats are really taking over the shots on goal, 16-6. So definitely not giving Ham a good night here. Really getting a lot of shots off.
There's been at least 2 separate opportunities where Ham was down and out, complete scramble at the front of the net. And the only saving grace for Ham and ASU was a little bit of puck luck, something the Wildcats have not really had this season. So need to, hopefully the hockey gods are with us a little bit here in Tucson this weekend, but at the end of the day, it's just hard effort and work, and that's what the Wildcats need to do. ASU trying to get it back to the point. They'll just have to throw it in. Chioka, a little touch pass there. Good support from Ziegler and Josephson as they get in to tie it up along the far boards. So Josephson and Ziegler in a 4-man battle here along the boards. Oh. Comes out, though, to the point. Now Ty Marchant gets a pass around Rossi as they go low with it, but Will Josephson does a great job to read that. Now Josephson, he gets some speed, tries to give and go with Rossi, and ASU will just have to put that off the boards and out of the zone.
ASU goes in for a line change.
Chioka with a nice little saucer pass through the center of the ice. Josephson, he'll chip it in, allow some guys to change behind him. Josephson with a big hit. Rossi comes in after. So a good job finishing their checks there. He's over the line, 2-on-2, over to Gross. Gross with a quick shot off the side of the net. He gets his own rebound.
That was a great job by Overland, really steering that ASU player into the side so he didn't get a shot opportunity on that play.
And White wasn't able to get that shot through the point as Rossi got a stick in the lane. He and Josephson are going to want to change. White throws it in quick. Sepinen gets enough on that to paddle it out. Lowell gets there, but White with a quick shot. Now the Wildcats are going to have to recover. A little bit of lost zone coverage here. This is a bit of a line change. Lowell and Selman going down a bit lower than maybe you would like, and worked behind the net now by Newland. Newland, touch pass. They try to go to the slot. Telegraph just too much as Butler was waiting for that one-timer. The Wildcats read it and break it up. Now another good job at the blue line, but ASU with layers. Now Newland, nice little move around his man into Sepinen. He controls the rebound, and the Wildcats will get a defensive zone face-off. This first period has been flying by with 2:35 left to go.
Yeah, very few whistles, lots of hustle from both sides, a lot of coast-to-coast here. We're seeing a lot of good plays by ASU and the Wildcats.
So without a doubt, U of A the better team through 20 minutes, even though we are tied up at 1. But if the U of A continues to play like this, the results will come. As Berman says, it's all about process. Now Slack does a good job to knock that one down, so it can't get back to the point. Shetland, he hustles through center to create space. Shetland going down low to retrieve the pass from Myers. Slack now behind the net. Eddie Slack, he tries to go to the slot. He catches an edge. That gives ASU a chance to break it out. Robinson one-on-one with Fisher, but Fisher knocks it off the boards. So held up at the line by Slack. He just tries to get it as far as center. ASU dumps it in with Kylie Ram in pursuit. Now Tillman, the leading scorer for ASU, tries to go back out in front, but only finds a white jersey. Now Sam Myers, 1-on-3. Myers, beautiful couple moves to create some space. Over to Hughes, he drops it back to Walker. Walker now can't get the shot away with a diving stick block there by the ASU defender, but Sam Myers, what patience to get into the zone and control that puck. Sepinen under pressure from Tillman, gets it far enough though.
Yeah, even though that play wasn't very pretty, it was really cool to see the Wildcats really recover on their mistakes and keep the play moving.
So now Walker, he tries to feed it out in front, just finds the skates of Marchant. So Walker, but what composure between Hughes, Myers, and Walker to just find each other, you know, kind of telepathically. I'm sure they're screaming at each other on the ice, but from up here, it just looks like they're able to find each other without even looking. So the Wildcats with the better of the opportunities. One goal here from Brody Selman, who breaks his cold streak. So even though the Wildcats do not have a lead, they have played like they should have. On quick shot here from Chioka, that hits a leg out in front. Busby just happy to shovel that one down low. No one quite knows where the puck is, so the whistle will go. I think that one hit the netting. And you can really tell the difference with Sam Myers and Hughes drawing back up into the lineup. I mean, Myers alone has created 2 incredible zone entries that have led to opportunities.
Yeah, and it also pairs really well with Walker's playing style.
That's the thing. All 3 of those guys so talented in the passing department. You want to make sure you know who the guy who's supposed to be shooting is, or we kind of saw that with Myers and Shetland where each one thought they were going to take a shot. But now Swiger, he turns around, quick shot there, and Ham has to be alert to that. Great job there by Lowell to get the body in. Selman tries to go down low, but harassed a little bit too much there. Swiger with another great steal. 2-on-1 opportunity. Tristan Swiger. Deeks tried to get the shot, and he scores! Tristan Swiger! What a beautiful individual effort! And he finishes it off himself. Tristan Swiger, this kid is fun to watch play hockey.
That toe drag was so amazing to watch there, getting around the defenseman, really heads-up play. Seeing that his outlet pass to the weak side was knocked off by the player laying on the ice, and that was a great finish there.
I mean, the hustle and the effort to lift the stick, steal the puck, and then the composure to deke around his man, and he doesn't try to overcomplicate it. I mean, aside from the beautiful deke.
Scored by number 24, Tristan Swiger. Assisted by number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Time of the goal, 19:16 of the first period. Again, Wildcats goal. Scored by number 24, Tristan Swiger.
So Swiger, whatever hugs he gets in the locker room better be some firm ones, because this kid is just, he gives 110% every game. You know, even though Jesse Lowell won't be with us next season, it is a bit of comfort to know Swiger will be, because the kid just loves to fight for the puck. But now ASU trying to get a little bit of something going before the end of the period. Myers strips it away, pins it against the boards. So a tremendous first period here for the Wildcats. I think the fact ASU scores first makes this game even more impressive so far. They take advantage on the one rush they had, but the Wildcats just outworked ASU that period.
Yeah, and I think that first goal was a wake-up call for the Wildcats. They really wanted to put on the pressure to ASU, and they got the score on the board there.
So we will be back to bring you the second period. I believe Anthony Cusinelli will be up in the booth with me. We'll have an interview with him in the intermission. Stick with us, folks. This is Wildcat Hockey. Here with Ari Rossi, big weekend coming up to finish the semester. How do you feel like you've been able to develop your game throughout the course of the first couple months of the season?
I feel like it's been a good change. It took me a couple weeks to get comfortable, and I'm starting to find my stride here.
U of A versus ASU, unique rivalry, heated games. What have the games been like so far this season in comparison to, your previous experiences in hockey?
Even before I got here, I mean, everyone knows how big the U of A ASU rivalry is, so it's always been something to look forward to, and the place is going to be pretty full, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Seems a little bit away now from that home opener against ASU, but seeing that crowd that was here for that game, how excited do you get as a player knowing that you're going to have so much of the community coming out to support you for the weekend?
I mean, it's everything. I was probably one of the biggest crowds I've played in front of and loudest, and it's a lot of fun and makes it easy to get up for.
Has there been any guy that you've played with so far this season that you've really felt, some solid chemistry with, and they've been able to complement your game and you complement theirs?
I've been playing with Will Josephson a lot recently, and I think we've been working really well together, and I'm excited to keep it going.
So here with former captain and face of the U of A franchise, Anthony Cusinelli. Anthony, you had a lot of success here winning the Cactus Cup throughout your career. What does it mean? What did it mean to you to win those series, and what do you think it means to those guys that you played with who are still on this team in that room this weekend?
Yeah, it's special. These games always mean a bit more. We don't like them, they don't like us. It's a good rivalry. It's always nice having all the fans come out and support these guys, so I'm glad I could be back for it. And I mean, I went 4 for 4, luckily. We did the job, so it's good being back, and hopefully these guys can make a run here.
Can you kind of just explain a little bit of how, the intensity level of these games, especially on home ice, Cactus Cup on the line this weekend, versus, how that compares to other moments in your career when you were playing hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to play hockey for 20 years, and nothing compares to these games. I remember freshman year walking out to 4,000 or 5,000 fans cheering for us, and it's nice having the city, making sure they have our back, and it's such a good experience that not many guys get to witness, so it's definitely special playing in these games.
A number of guys who did get to experience that back for alumni weekend this weekend. What do you think it means to you as a player to see how cohesive the group of alumni have been, and just how many of the guys who have been a part of this program want to continue to be a part of it going forward?
Yeah, it's awesome. I remember this was my favorite weekend when I was a player, seeing all the alumni come back, the guys I got to play with, and it's special being on the different side of it now, getting to see my old friends I played with kind of coming together for a weekend, and watching the boys play is special, so I'm happy to be back. Glad to see all my friends, and hopefully we get some wins and it's a fun weekend.
So welcome in Wildcat fans to the Tucson Arena, back for the second period, joined by a special guest in the booth for the second 20, Anthony Cusinelli. Anthony, how awesome is it for you to be back here with all the alumni? Friday night here at the Tucson Arena, how much does this mean to you?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Watching the game, first period in the corner with all the guys. There's people I haven't seen myself in a couple of years. Some alumni that first time back in 5-6 years, so it's been awesome so far. It's good having the guys back, and it's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, I went down to grab you when you already come up here, but I was talking with Max Myers for a little bit, and he was talking about how awesome it is to see the generational alumni, how many guys still want to be around the program and come back. And what did you see in that first period from the Wildcats that you liked?
Yeah, we looked good. I mean, obviously getting a power play goal is big. I think Swigger's been playing good hockey. He's been fun to watch. I think special teams is a big part of this game, so as long as we're doing good in the PK and power play, I think we'll be good. Tristan
Swiger had that goal to get the Wildcats the lead in the dying minutes of the period. Just a ferocious effort, to steal that puck, composure to deke around his man and finish it 5-hole. So Tristan Swiger gets on the board, as well as Brody Selman. And Brody Selman, a guy who has had a bit of trouble so far this season, to think that's his first goal at the end of December is pretty shocking to think about, but it does make you realize that if you get him going, that's a huge piece to add into your lineup.
Yeah, Brody's a very special part of this team, obviously. Everyone knows that. Maybe not producing as much as he'd like, but he's a special player. He'll get going, and one of those guys where he's doing the things that maybe people don't notice, where finishing checks, good back checks, big special teams player. So even if he's not on the score sheet, Brody's still a very important part of this team, and obviously nice seeing him get on the score sheet.
You see how hard he works off the ice, at practice, how much of a competitor he is. So hopefully getting that first one of the season will get the confidence back a little bit, because wide open net on the backdoor one-timer, and he did not miss. So great to see Brody Selman hopefully getting a little bit there. Quick little shout out to what is our least favorite alumni or most favorite alumni? He rides the line a little bit.
I think least favorite's the term we're looking for.
So Duke Litwin, a little bit sorry you're not here, a little bit glad you're somewhere else, but you'll always be welcome in the booth back here, bud. So the Wildcats start the second period with the lead. Jesse Lowell with a great little turnover there. I wanted to give a shout out to Mayor Dylan Walker's grandmother, who apparently is a big fan of the stream. So if you're watching tonight, Mayor, hopefully get to see Walker pick up a goal or two, but he's been great in the passing department, creating space. And the fact that, he's playing a third line role at the moment, it's just this roster, the depth and talent is certainly there. The results have been tough to come by this season, but the talent's there. So Fisher, he'll do a good job to get on the back check as ASU tries to set it up, but Selman gets there first. Tries to spring Fisher. Does he get there in time? He does beat out the icing, so a great effort there by Ryan Fisher, one of the veterans of this group, working hard. Selman, he can't get the pass out to the center, so now ASU, if they can get on their horse, they could have numbers as Robinson slows it down. Back to the point, they go middle. Tillman, he can't get a shot away, so a good job there by Selman. The stick does get broken, but sometimes the twig just snaps. Selman not able to control that, and quick out. Can they get there first? And what a great job there by Swiger, because if Swiger doesn't get a stick on that, that's a 3-on-1, and that was the only way ASU was able to score in the first. And you played a good bit with Ryan Fisher as well, and John Shively also on the back end, having that veteran presence. Ryan Fisher's offensive game hasn't quite been as flashy so far this season, but just two reliable guys on the back end that you can trust to make good decisions.
Yeah, and you need guys like that too, the veteran presence on the back end. And Fisher and Shively are obviously big parts of this team, and obviously need them on the back end producing and just shutting down other top lines, and just very consistent players and guys you want in your lineup each night.
Reminds me a little bit the way, when Chris Hedgecock first came into the program, a little bit more offensive minded, but as his tenure went on, he kind of became that shutdown go-to guy. Like Shively and Fisher have inherited that role a little bit as ASU tries to work it out in front. Chance now from the slot. Good job there by Swiger to get a stick in the lane. So alumni weekend here at the Tucson Arena. Pink the Rink tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning into the stream. If you can join us live, we'd love to have you. Final game of the semester coming up tomorrow, 7:30 puck drop. So 18:57 left to go in the second. A little bit of stop and start here. A lot of continuous play in that first. Felt like the first period just flew by. So Shetland able to win that enough and gets good support from the winger, but ASU tenacious on the puck, trying to fight it through the skates. U of A is going to make it tough for him now. Probably a chance out, maybe a chance out here in front, but it comes out to Shetland instead. So Tyler Shetland, he'll get on his horse, use his speed to create space. Myers gets there. Now Slack tries to get it to the middle. Chioka walks into one and a great shot there. Now Busby with another quick shot. A tip out in front and Slack just couldn't get that one to go. But shots from the point creating havoc for the Wildcats right now as ASU has to collapse 4-man low. So Chioka, he takes a big hit along the boards. ASU going to try to get into this game any way they can. A good hit there by Hunter Hodgson as he steps into his man. Puck comes the other way. Now Chioka can't drag it through dueling sevens, but Myers with some time and space. Myers to the middle, Hughes with a quick shot. Ham can't corral that rebound. And Sam Myers, who just looks so calm skating the puck into the zone. He's had some great entries so far. Hughes, he's able to win the puck battle at the blue line. And that's Dylan Walker on the near boards keeping possession. Wildcats go back to the point. Now Hodgson over to Overland. Overland with a quick shot, screen out in front by Erickson. I don't think Ham ever saw that one. Walker puts his man into the boards. Great shift here from the Wildcats. Hodgson, nice little recovery there, but Hughes couldn't drag it through the final stick.
Yeah, Sebastian, I've been watching
somebody, but the Wildcats here with an opportunity. Erickson out in front.
Hodgson, sorry, I couldn't remember his name. Hunter Hodgson, coming in last season as an 18-year-old freshman. Not too uncommon, but there's guys coming in from junior hockey, 21 years old, 22, and coming in as an 18-year-old. Growing pains for him last year, I think, but he's been awesome this year. Very molded into his game. He's been a very good defenseman for the team, so it's good to see his success is finally coming.
Yeah, the offensive depth is really there for the Wildcats as Sepinen makes a great save there. So with the defensive depth, they've had to rely a lot more on Hunter Hodgson, who took a big step in progress in the offseason. That shot gets blocked down in front. Puck still loose. They try to go back to the side of the net. No goal there as Hughes pins his man. And over the course of the season, Hodgson just looks like a completely different player from last year. And Coach Berman has rewarded him with the ice time for his effort. And you meet him off the ice, he's about the chillest, most down-to-earth kid you could meet. Doesn't really have an aggressive bone in his body, but on the ice, he loves to play physically.
Yeah, and a great story too, like I said, coming in as an 18-year-old, kind of not getting many minutes, it gets frustrating, it gets tough, you're waiting for your chance, and he's one of those guys, he was patient, his time came this year, and he's been proving himself, so it's good to see.
So Hughes is going to go here. Refs decide a little bit too much of the extra stuff after the play. So Hughes will go to the box. Wildcats back on the penalty kill. There's Jesse Lowell with his palm to the air, trying to get a little bit of an explanation here. So the Wildcats will figure out the PK. ASU, their only real opportunity came on the power play when they had an odd man rush. So we'll see if ASU or if U of A is able to change it. It was really just a bad step up at the blue line, gave ASU a little bit too much opportunity. But Jesse Lowell, such a great penalty killer. He's out there now. So the ASU works it at the point. Robinson over to Marchant. Feeds it over. Quick shot there. Sepinen with a pad save. Good hustle by Erickson to try to get there first. Can't fight it out of the zone. Another quick shot. Sepinen with a good save. Comes back out, though, to Kylie Ram. He takes a big hit in the corner. And what an effort there by Erickson to win it away. You want to talk about a kid making the most of an opportunity. Brian Erickson, really there were no expectations of him even making the lineup this season, coming in his first year. But when the injuries occurred, he was put in there, and he works every single shift.
And he's a guy you notice, too, on YouTube watching the games. And he doesn't have to be a goal scorer, doesn't have to do flashy stuff. He just has to work hard and kind of help get us in better positions. And you notice him on the forecheck, back check, always working hard, and those are the type of guys you need on this team.
Yeah, he really hounds the puck. It's almost like having another Connor Ziegler. Maybe they're not going to put up really impressive points, but they make life hard on the other team. And even with some of the guys, coming back from injury, Erickson has been able to cement his spot so far in the lineup, so kudos to Brian Erickson. Now this one fed all the way down to the corner as Chase looks to get it. ASU looking to go to the slot, but nowhere to go, so they'll have to set it back up as Tillman waits up to the point to Robinson. Josephson comes to challenge him. Now Robinson, he puts the pass right into the skates of Tillman. So with 27 seconds left to go on the power play, Cosden working down low. ASU not able to find a shot yet. They go down low. That one rolls off the stick, but he gets a second chance at it. So that one by Cade Olson almost beneficially whiffed on the first shot because Sepinen committed to it. Wildcats able to knock it out of the zone. ASU happy to cycle it. Quick shot. That one gets blocked wide. They try to wrap it around. Sepinen holds the post. And can they find the man coming out of the box? Hughes just out in time. So the Wildcats here. Hughes with fresh legs. He'll try to get past Robinson. And I think the ref was a little bit more helpful than Robinson in breaking that up. But a great penalty kill response here from the Wildcats. Even though ASU had some puck possession time, not many chances. They go center again. It's Butler. He circles, drags around his man Butler in all alone pass, and Sepinen makes an incredible glove save. What a job there by Sepinen to bail out his teammates as ASU was able to get their best opportunity of the game. Jesse Lowell, he steps up and throws a huge hit at the blue line. Selman tries to fight it through, not able to get it past Franklin. So Nicholas Sepinen with his possibly best save of the season so far.
And he's a great story too, going behind Bivolchik last year, kind of waiting for his time. Yes, he got some minutes last year, but another guy had to be patient, and his time came, and he's been proving himself.
So now Eddie Slack working with Brody Selman. They just can't connect with Slack again, but he's putting on the afterburners, creating a good opportunity there. So the Wildcats get a little bit of momentum off the penalty kill. 13:26 left to go in the second period. Wildcats up 2-1. Sebastian Janik with Anthony Cusinelli. Now Tyler Shetland, good job to use his speed to get down the boards, but just can't get it deep. But the Wildcats are able to change out behind him as Sepinen, he'll be happy to just glove that one and get a face-off. So the Wildcats, the biggest standout here. Were you able to catch any of that UNLV game on Saturday last weekend, or did you kind of come towards the end of it?
I came towards the end, but still, I watched a bit Friday night. I think just a way different team on the ice for us Saturday, and I think it starts in the locker room. Like, you don't want to get beat like that, obviously, on home ice, and guys kind of took it personally, came out Saturday, and much better product.
Yeah, I mean, an empty net goal from UNLV, so it really was a 3-2 game, and the Wildcats gave themselves every chance to win. And the effort level has certainly been here tonight with how much is on the line. Cusinelli, you were able to win the Cactus Cup every season you were here, but now maybe a chance for Hughes, and that Cactus Cup trophy means everything to the Wildcats. So now Hughes trying to put pressure on down low on Phillips. They'll flush him out from behind the net. Nowhere to go for ASU as the forecheck is immediate. Now Hughes down out in front. Brian Erickson just puts it wide on the backhand, but Erickson does a great job to keep the puck. So now Walker, he's working down low in the corner. Brian Erickson, as we talked about him earlier. So looks like we're going to see who gets called here. And it looks like it's going to be number 10 for ASU. Phillips going to the box all by himself. So Brian Erickson with a fantastic opportunity, can't finish it, but creates enough hectic chaos in the ASU zone to draw a penalty. I will say, Coos, I mean, as a captain, when you were playing, you know, kind of that instinct to want to have a conversation with the ref as you're on. Has a ref ever listened? has there ever been a ref that's ever nodded and been like, yeah, you're right, bud?
Yeah, they've never taken back a penalty, but I think a big thing for me as the captain, you just build those relationships with the refs too off the bat, and once we kind of get that level of respect, they listen to what I say and they're not just brushing me off, but they do a good job. It's a thankless job.
So now Myers, he works it down on the near boards. They go back to the point. Chioka over to Swiger, down to Shetland. Shetland tries to go out in front to Lowell, but that gets blocked. Now Swiger to Chioka. He fakes the shot. Myers winds it up. Myers with a quick shot. Ham just gets a little bit of a blocker on that. But a little bit of shades of Anthony Cusinelli. You used to love that on the power play. You know, interchange with your defenseman, kind of gain up some speed, circle back onto the dot and rip a wrist shot.
Yeah, I'm hoping I left some goals in that 15 jersey for Myers, and hopefully we get one tonight.
You know, wearing the former number, the captain Walker tries to drag it through, but a good job by Rossi to support him, and now Hughes. So Hughes kind of loses it in his own skates. Rossi comes in support. 1:04 left to go. Rossi feeds it out in front, and Swiger just couldn't quite finish it off. I'm pretty sure the light operator thought that one was in as the spotlights go, but Tristan Swiger with an incredible opportunity out front. So the Wildcats, 48 seconds, still plenty of time left to go on this power play, forcing ASU to have some of their better players out there on the PK. So Hughes, he feeds it back to the point, just too much on it for Overland. He's going to have to make a good decision here, as Cooch will be more than happy to make him pay. So Walker fakes the out, goes back to Overland. Now Hughes will wind it up, the lanky center. What a great attribute to have at center ice. A guy that tall, that long of a stick can take away space, but now he's going to try to create space. Lowell over to Hughes. Walker waiting for the one-timer. Hughes elects to keep working it around. Now back to the point. Back to Hughes with a quick shot. That one gets blocked, trickles in on Ham though. So a big one-timer there from Hughes. Wildcats keep it in the zone. Penalty's about to expire. So Phillips is out of the box. Walker's going to have to be aware of that. Walker feeds it out in front. Lowell tries to go through the between the legs move there. But now to Walker again. Walker, he thought Overland was going to still be there. He decides to vacate the point. So that's either a mistake by Berman or a mistake by Overland, but luckily nothing goes wrong there. So now Jesse Lowell, or Slack, he'll wind it into the zone, go on and get in on his man. Shetland gets there first. Chance out in front maybe for Myers. A chance for Shively as he joined into the slot, but Ham fights that one off too, and the Wildcats building up momentum, tilting the ice. ASU, they're going to try to respond here, but nowhere to go over the blue line. Now Myers with some time and space. Myers tries to wait for the drag shot, but ASU reads it, and Butler brings it up. Lost man out in coverage, out in the middle. Oh, sometimes you love to hear that whistle go, but you just see the two U of A players who were back kind of overcommit to the passer. Lets the guy get right down the slot, but U of A, which has not had a lot of puck luck so far this season, I'd say that's a tiny bit there, being offsides by not a whole lot.
Yeah, and I'm hoping those power plays don't come back to bite us, because these games against ASU, the refs love blowing the whistle. They don't want anything going on after the whistle, and not very afraid to call a penalty. So power play is always important, but especially in a game like this when you have so many chances, it's a huge part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Wildcats with all the momentum so far in this game in terms of 5-on-5 play, the only time ASU has really looked dangerous is on the power play. And that's where, you know, as the Wildcats, you're up 2-1. You want to get under ASU's skin, get them taking penalties. The last thing you want is to take a chirp a bit too personally and go at a guy. And this ASU team, if they're playing from behind, they're going to try to goad you into something. I mean, most hockey teams will do that, but when it comes to U of A, ASU, there's a lot of hate between these two teams in a healthy, you know, competitive way, but
it's a little bit different than a normal game.
Absolutely. So now, first ASU really possession in the zone, 5-on-5, as U of A can't get it out. Sepinen can't control the rebound, so Shively will have to get in there. Ref fights to get out of the way of that one, but a nice little outlet there by Shively to find the open space. That one held in at the boards. Now Will Josephson just couldn't get there before it was poked away. Ziegler, he throws it in on Ham, and he's able to hold that one off. And Connor Ziegler and Will Josephson, you know, really good friends off the ice, and they work so well as a tandem on the ice too.
And fun to watch. They're always moving. They're never just slacking, looking around, and hopefully the goals are coming tonight too.
So now Josephson, he drops it. Big shot by Lowell and a rebound. Ham jumps out to grab the rebound. But Josephson sets up Jesse Lowell for a big one-timer. I think this is the most one-timers I've seen the U of A take all season. They're absolutely just hammering that puck any chance they get.
And a great play by Josephson, too. He could have kind of curled off, waited for the pass, but he knows the shot's coming from Lowell, drives right to the net, and gets a good rebound chance. So you always want to go to the net.
Speaking of Ziegler and Josephson, also two of the best dads in all of hockey. Two of the nicest guys I've met throughout my time here at the U of A. And it's always great to see the families supporting. You know, that's one reason we love doing this broadcast, for the parents and friends who can't be here. Hopefully one day you'll be able to experience an ASU U of A game in person. Great face-off win there by Selman. Chioka waits, quick shot, Ham out in front, and they score! Jesse Lowell from Nicholas Chioka, and the Wildcats take a 3-1 lead. A big body to try to see through, and Jesse Lowell's about 2 millimeters from your face.
And a great play by Jesse too. Back to the goalie, screens him, puck's out right in front of him, and quick turnaround backhand. That's a great goal by Jesse.
And Nicholas Chioka is having himself a game. You know, in UNLV, he had an opportunity that was haunting him that he wasn't able to bear. He talked with him in practice about how he really wanted to show what he's capable of. As this season, he's hit a couple crossbars, missed a couple open nets. Chioka probably could have had 5 more goals this season, but just a shot-first mentality.
Arizona Wildcats goal! Scored by number 18, Jesse Lowell. Assisted by number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Number 24, Tristan Swiger. Time of the goal, 11:24. Again, Wildcats goal. Scored by number 18, Jesse Lowell.
So the Wildcats, and that came off of a great face-off win by Brody Selman too. Face-offs, which have been a problem for the Wildcats. You get a guy like Hughes back in the lineup, you get a healthy Brody Selman, you're gonna have a much better chance in the face-off dot. So now 3-1, as the Wildcats have just been dominating this game, but ASU is gonna look for a response shift here. Unfortunately for ASU, a guy toe picks goes down, and that one's into the bench, so there's nothing quite the Tucson Arena on a Friday or Saturday night, U of A versus ASU. It's a special, special thing.
Yeah, I remember myself coming here as a freshman from New Jersey, not knowing anything about Arizona in general, and walk out locker room my first game against ASU, and there's 4,000 or 5,000 fans going nuts, and it's kind of like, this is special. And you quickly realize how the city's behind this team, and there's not many environments like this in college hockey, let alone ACHA, so it's a special rivalry, and it's always better when we're winning and getting the Cactus Cup, obviously, but just very fun games to play in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a special thing to have. I mean, the history of this program going back so far, kind of the revitalization of the program when Chad Berman came in. It's been some restructuring over the years, but it just feels like it's been a slow progression of building to something bigger and bigger. And with the new arena coming sometime in 2026, we'll be in that building. Just the sky seems like the limit for this program. It's just the only trouble has been some of the on-ice performance so far this season, but I really think this team is capable of more than they've shown. Now Myers, he stops up, gets it to Slack. Nice little job there to settle it down. ASU committing everyone down low, but Myers and Slack, 2 guys that are hard to fight off of the puck. Certainly looks like Wildcats are a step ahead right now. Erickson with a shot, and Ham has to be aware, and Erickson just fights through everyone to get to his rebound. So the Wildcats here with a 3-1 lead, who have played a great 24 minutes so far. 34 minutes, my apologies, with 6:40 left to go. Now Walker, he gets it over to Fisher. Fisher, he looks to go middle, finds Walker again. Walker, nice little stop up behind the net. Can't get the self-pass, but ASU with some tired skaters, they're just going to try to get this out of the zone. A good job there by the Wildcats to not even make that out easy.
And great awareness by Erickson, too. He's a forward playing D there, noticing that the defenseman stepped up, and if he's not making that play, it's a 2-on-1 for ASU, so great play by Erickson.
Not really surprised Erickson makes the high IQ plays. He has aspirations of being an astronaut, and certainly no one who's making that program without a high IQ, and you see it on ice as much as off the ice with him.
Yeah, he might be the smartest guy out here.
Well, I'm sure if Duke Litwin was still on the team, he'd have something to say about that, but now maybe a chance here as the Wildcats bring it over with some space. They try to feed middle, but Ziegler, or Shetland, all kinds of tied up in the slot. But ASU just looks a little bit deflated right now. Now Walker, he tries to get it to the middle. Shetland gets there too. Hughes along the boards. That's Ziegler out there with them, so Ziegler working hard. But ASU able to get out of the zone, but 3 men back. Hughes forces the pass. Now Robinson, he gets around Chioka, goes for the wraparound. Sepinen did a good job pushing laterally to get across. And now Palmer at the point. Palmer with a quick shot. That doesn't get through to Sepinen as that hit a couple bodies in the lane. Palmer calls for it back as ASU looks to set up for the first time in a long time. Hits Busby. Great job by Busby to get to that puck first and get it over to Chioka. So even though, you know, you think back to some of the departures from last season, guys like Hedgecoke, Timor on the back end, so good to see guys like Busby and Chioka step up, and now Rossi over the line with Swiger. Rossi tries to go back to Swiger. Swiger pulls it from behind him, but just couldn't corral it. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication there between guys who aren't typically line mates. Little deke in. Sepinen, good job to paddle that to the corner. Now they feed it into the middle to Butler. He just tries to push one in. No go. Josephson And a good alert play there by Overland to commit to getting to that puck.
Yeah, going back to the decor, it's a good point. Obviously, we lost some key pieces last year, but I think it's a testament to the program where we're not rebuilding anymore. We just reload each year, and yes, we lose some pieces, some guys that were great on the ice, off the ice, and a big part of the culture, but we find new guys that fill in right away, and guys want to come play here, they want to be here, and the program just keeps getting better and better.
That's one exciting thing to see with the way the off seasons have gone lately is, you're getting commits from bigger and bigger leads. You're getting guys who really want to play for a winning program. And now Brian Erickson with a great burst of speed over the line. Erickson, he goes wide. Couple little stop-up moves to create some space to get some support. Josephson, he gets in there. So even though they don't get a chance out of it, this is what happens. Shively's able to apply the next layer. Shively tries to get a shot. Lowell out in front. He takes an extra chop. Selman's going to get into it there. And if you're the Wildcats right now, you just smile right back at whatever aggression you get because this game is going your way the whole way.
Definitely. And a great shot by Shively, too. Not much of an option coming from the side. And either take a tough shot or turn around and look for a pass. But great pass off the pads by Shively for hoping for a rebound for someone. And didn't work out, but still a smart play.
So the fact that, Shively able to recognize the play, he's that third layer. So even though ASU, they win 2 puck battles, they can't win the third. And individual 50-50 puck battles are a part of the component the Wildcats have been trying to really fix in terms of just possession, being able to apply consistent pressure. So Selman out to take the face off here. I feel like I don't know the ASU roster by name, but I think part of it is just the ASU players have not had a lot of opportunities to touch the puck, and Jesse Lowell with a beautiful wrist shot off the face-off. Swiger finishes his check. Lowell gloves it down. The Wildcats get right back into the zone. Selman, he'll throw it in as he gets can opened a little bit on the way in, but no harm, no foul. So Swiger, Selman, 2 guys who definitely like to mix it up a little bit. So as long as the refs either take both or only the guy who does the worst of it, got no problem with these little extracurriculars. Part of what makes this rivalry so special is over the years, you really grow to love hating certain guys.
Definitely. I mean, we play these guys 7-8 times a year. Get to know each other, maybe not become friends, but you get to know each other, know each other's personalities, how they play on the ice, what kind of guys they are. And like I said, you play each other so often, the rivalry becomes real pretty quick.
And there was a great photo for the promotion of this game. Jesse Lowell and Kate Olsen squaring off face to face, and we've seen that here, but the Wildcats, they have been so good so far through the first 27 minutes, 37 minutes. If you can really get under ASU's skin, I got a feeling the tide will just keep rolling the Wildcats' way, but still a lot of hockey left to play here. 3:31 left to go in the second period from the Tucson Arena. Shetland in the middle, not able to win that draw as ASU looks to escape the zone, takes a crazy carom off the stanchion and goes all the way down. Ref's hands are in the air, no whistle, but everyone knows it's an icing, so that will come back to the ASU zone. So the Wildcats, it's been a complete effort so far. There are certain games where we have a lead and it really feels like it can go against the flow of play at times, but U of A has been absolutely dominating so far. Shots on goal, 34-17. And some of those shots from ASU were not exactly the most dangerous ones. But the Wildcats still have a long way to go here, able to win the faceoff. Slack trying to win it at the blue line. But Chioka, good job to read that play and make sure there's no odd man rushes going the other way. Shetland shovels it right into his man. And now Chioka will look to take the space in front of him. Chioka, quick little shot as Ham paddles that to the corner. Puck comes out to the slot. I think Nicholas Chioka's had more shots in this game so far than he's had all the season. He just is not turning down any opportunity. Nice little move by Cooch, though. Creates some space through the center of the ice. He's really the only ASU player skating right now, but he can't do it all himself, and all it takes is one pass, but Cooch stays all over it, so some good hustle here from number 21 for ASU. Busby, he just touches it to Erickson. He tries to get it down. 2:32 left to go in the second period. Wildcats up 3-1 with a goal in the second period coming from Jesse Lowell on an assist from Nicholas Chioka.
And I think these last 2 minutes are crucial too. It's a lot different going into the room with a 3-1 lead compared to 3-2. Almost just jinxed it right there.
Trust me, the broadcaster curse is real, Coos. Be careful. Because that's really the only bad turnover the Wildcats have had. It comes right to 71. Robinson, probably the most dangerous shooter, but Sepinen confidently comes out and takes the shot lane away. So with 1:57 left to go, poise and patience going to be two keys here. Hughes, almost a beautiful little move to turn into the zone with that. The Wildcats happy to get it in and try to establish the forecheck. Walker, a little bit of a stumble there. But ASU not looking too confident with their zone breakouts and tied up at the line there. Just not enough options for Kylie Ram, and he has to try to skate it himself and can't do it. So now the Wildcats, they knock it down the board. Selman takes a little bit of a hit there, and Ham will settle it down. Good job there by Jesse and Lowell to get in on the forecheck. Selman in support, and they make it really tough for ASU. So they're just happy to break it out. Now Robinson gonna try to do everything himself. Drops it back, nice pass there. Chance and a great shot block by Tristan Swiger.
Great block.
So now Tillman at the point gets it across. 1 minute left to go in the period, and that was a great defensive play by Hunter Hodgson. So everyone doing the job right now. Nice little lob pass there out to center ice. Lowell gets onto it first. He's looking for some support. But with 43 seconds left, that big body of Jesse Lowell, if he can just keep it pinned up against the boards, Wildcats will be yelling plenty of bits of praise from the bench. But ASU, Hunter Hodgson breaks it up though. Now Jesse Lowell, can he get a step? Lowell, Wildcats changing behind him. Ham can't corral that shot, and Lowell almost gets to his own rebound. Now some miscommunication, and Shetland takes advantage. He came flying off the bench out of nowhere. Held up at the blue line. Now Myers with some fresh legs. Myers turns, quick shot. ASU has to get a stick on that. 12 seconds left to go in the period. As Eddie Slack, he creates some space for himself, and he draws a penalty. So what an effort by Eddie Slack. 4 seconds left, works incredibly hard to draw a penalty, and that means the Wildcats will come out with a fresh sheet of ice on the power play. Unless we see something special in the last 4 seconds here, which we would love to see, of course, but worst case scenario, fresh sheet ice for the third on the power play.
Yeah, huge opportunity right off the bat. They have a chance to make this 4-1 start of the third period, so most likely nothing happening here in 4 seconds, but go in the locker room, regroup, and fresh sheet of ice, like you said, full 2 minutes when they come back out.
So even though it's been a quick period, very happy to have you up in the booth, Cusinelli. Always welcome back whenever you want to come stop by.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So the Wildcats not able to win the face-off. So if anything, you just want to make sure you don't take a penalty. And the Wildcats have rewarded the Tucson faithful with a 3-1 lead going into the third. What were some of your biggest takeaways from that period, Coos?
Obviously the score, going up 2 in the third period is massive. I think we just keep looking better and better each period, going back to the UNLV weekend. Like we said, Friday wasn't our best effort, but Saturday looked good. Today continuing to grow on that, so this is a big third period. Obviously put ourselves in a 2-2 tie in the Cactus Cup if we pull this one out, so big period coming up, but I thought we looked great overall that period.
Thanks so much for joining me in the booth. Sebastian Janik with Anthony Cusinelli. Stick with us for the start of the third in just a bit here. In the intermission, we'll have a couple interviews with Nicholas Chioka and Ari Rossi. This is Wildcat Hockey. All right, here with Nicholas Chioka. In that UNLV weekend, really noticed your game, able to join up into the rush, kind of get the offense going. How does that side of the game help you, not only offensively but defensively as well?
Yeah, so obviously I try and get up in the rush as much as possible, help out our forwards, but it's really I'm only able to do that because I have a great defensive partner in Busby. I mean, the kid's a stud. He's a freshman. I know he has my back as well as the rest of the D-corps, so they allow me to go up and join the play and hopefully add some offense.
Coming into the ASU weekend, big games to finish the semester. How much does it mean to you as a player to see the support from the Tucson community and just how many people come out to this building?
Yeah, I mean, it means the world. We have the greatest fans, arguably the best fan support in college hockey. ASU is our biggest rival, and, we obviously want to take it to them and keep the Cactus Cup where it really belongs.
The intensity level of these games always high, but just how much fun are they as a player to play in when you've got so much on the line and they are these big, really important games early in the season?
Yeah, no, these games are huge. We've been in a little bit of a rough spell right now, but, we have a great locker room, and there's no one better to beat than ASU here at home, and it's our biggest rival. So we're going to go into Christmas break feeling really good, and then come back and then head into the national tournament with some swagger and ready to kick some butt.
Why rec? A simple question, right? Well, the answer might surprise you. What makes you show up? Gets you out of bed? Drives you after studying? What makes you put on your suit? Swipe in? Pack up? Why rec? The answer is as personal as you. Take that first step and make us part of your day. Dive in. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Show up. Show up by hitting the court, the trail, the weight room, the cardio machines. Show up for your friend, your team, your family, and more importantly, yourself. I could keep going, but I think you're getting the picture. Here at Campus Rec, you matter. No matter your ability, where you come from, or who you are, step out of your comfort zone. You may come to realize that that leap of faith is more a leap of fun. Campus Rec is your house. Whether you show up at South Rec at sunrise, North Rec at night, or Bear Down Rec after a break. Whenever, wherever, however you rec like a Wildcat. Because here at the University of Arizona, everyone has their own reason to rec. What's yours? Make Campus Rec part of your day.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set to drop the puck on the third period. Before we do, we got a quick little interview with Jesse Lowell and I believe Brody Selman, so we'll go to that real quick and then we'll be right back to bring you the third.
First goal of the night against ASU, how's it feeling?
Feels great. We scored on the power play. My teammates walks and always made 2 great passes. I was able to find the back of the net.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats on goal 3 tonight. How are you guys feeling today against ASU?
Really good. I thought we had a good start in the first period, and we progressed in the second period really well.
I agree. So, big rivalry weekend. What does it feel like going in as a team against, such a big rivalry with a big following here tonight?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, we got 3,000 fans here, alumni on top of it. It's such a good feeling being out here in front of our fans and our alumni.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All righty, Wildcat fans. The biggest third period of the season about to get underway. Wildcats take a 3-1 lead. Jesse Lowell was able to get the lone goal of the second period to give the Wildcats that lead. And now it's about getting the job done and finishing off what has been a great 40 minutes of effort. But this ASU group, they looked a little bit fatigued towards the end of that second period, but the biggest effort I saw was from number 21, Cooch, to kind of try to set something up in the dying minutes. The Wildcats with a single job here to do, and let's see if they can get it done. So Nicholas Chioka, who's had a great game so far, gets it over to Tyler Shetland. Shetland tries to go middle. That one almost careens in on Ham. Swiger is able to recover that. Swiger with a little bit of space gets through a check. Wildcats are on the power play to start the third period. So a goal here would be huge for the Wildcats. So now Chioka over to Myers. Fresh sheet of ice. Chioka with a quick shot. That one didn't get through cleanly. So Swiger over to Shetland. He corrals it, gets some space. Chioka up at the point over to Myers. He's looking for a lane to get a puck to the net. ASU shadowing him well up at the blue line. Down low to Lowell. He touches it through to Swiger. So now Chioka over to Myers. Myers can't get the drag shot through, but over to Chioka. Chioka, he looks for a shot lane. ASU doing a good job of getting into those. Myers down low to Shetland as ASU has to collapse down low. So now Shetland, he can't feed it through, and ASU going to be happy to just get that one out of the zone, alleviate the pressures. We'll bring Garrett Kane back into the booth as he's multitasking with a little bit of editing at the moment. So the Wildcats with 37 seconds left to go on the power play, and Dylan Walker, he's going to skate over the line with some speed. Now Walker goes down the wing, around the back of the net, can't feed it middle, but it goes right out to Overland. So now Overland fakes the shot, takes one now, Ham in and out of the glove. So Overland fakes the shot, opens up a lane, now Selman with the puck. He takes a quick shot, Ham has to fight that one off, and Rossi with a diving effort just puts it wide. So the Wildcats taking every one-timer they can possibly get here. 4 seconds until White will be out of the box for ASU. So U of A just trying to make sure they don't leave themselves vulnerable to that. Hughes dumps it into the middle. Selman does a great job to read that. But Kylie Ram throws it to an empty wing, and it'll be Ari Rossi getting there first as he just wands that one in behind the net. So now Olsen for ASU. I could not tell you what happened there. Garrett, do you have any idea?
I couldn't see what happened there on that play.
Because Olsen was just kind of hanging out behind the net with the puck, and they decided to bring the face-off outside the zone. So
I think it might have been the puck was on the netting, so he couldn't get the puck off of there.
That would make sense. Good job by Garrett Kane as the second set of eyes up here. Big thank you to Anthony Cusinelli for spending his second period. Sure, it takes a lot of self-control to not be drinking with the alumni, staying sober. So hopefully now Cus can enjoy the rest of his night obligation-free. But always great to see the alumni at the Tucson Arena, and especially when they're able to join us up in the booth, as Coos is an absolute natural. Maybe one day we'll get Duke Littman with another appearance up in the box. So Slack working down low with Josephson. Slack does a great job. Josephson all alone out in front, and Slack was trying to get it to him, but the active sticks of ASU just got in the way of that. But now Josephson steps up and takes a lane. Ziegler over to Slack. This line doing a lot of work. Slack with a beautiful move and a shot. That one just off the pads of Ham. But Eddie Slack with the on the hands team on that shift. creating some great opportunities for Will Josephson and Connor Ziegler. Lowell able to stay on line. Now Josephson in with a shot, and Ham has to make a good glove save. So Will Josephson having another great game. He's not the flashiest player in the world, but he is just such a hard worker and just does exactly what he needs to do on a night and night out basis. Even when this team isn't playing its best, Will Josephson is the guy that you notice.
Yeah, and the Wildcats are doing a great job of keeping the pressure inside the blue line of ASU.
So now Busby, he goes down to Lowell. Lowell dueling 8 teams there, but White can't get him off the puck. Nice little move by Selman. Gets up to the point, feeds it over. Chioka settles it. Chioka looking for a tip out in front, and they score! The captain, Jesse Lowell, and Nicholas Chioka with a beauty of a feed. It is so good to see Chioka with such an amazing bounce back effort, but what a beauty of a tip by Jesse Lowell as he gives his thanks to the alumni.
Yeah, that was a perfectly placed shot there by Chioka. Jesse Lowell just tapped that in, just barely redirected that through 5-hole. That was a beautiful goal there.
So for Chioka, who told me he had lost a bit of sleep this week over a missed opportunity against UNLV, take a bow, Nicholas Chioka, with just an absolute beauty.
Scored by number 18, Jesse Lowell. Assisted by number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Time of the goal, 3:19 of the third period. Again, Wildcats.
So now Tristan Swiger, he gets in first, and Marchand, he just loses a bit of an edge, but ASU can't take advantage. They get out of the zone, but it's 1-on-2. And the Wildcat fans will show how they feel about Ham at the other end, who has had a good game, but he has been shelled so far. Wildcats up to almost 40 shots on goal. So now it's just stay at, and the ASU, that is not a goal the Wildcats are going to be happy to give up. No idea what happened there. Is just a shot from the point somehow gets in on Sepinen.
It looks like Sepinen didn't quite drop his pad there, so it just kind of squeezed in right off the post.
So Sepinen with his only mistake of the game so far, 16 minutes left, and you got to think that's really going to change the momentum for ASU, as it's just a nothing shot from the point. No idea if it got tipped or not. So the Wildcats here, luckily Jesse Lowell did establish that 3-goal lead. ASU cuts it to 2. But in hockey, that's, a shot. You can say maybe the goalie should have it, but might have got tipped out in front. You can't really quite tell from this angle if there was a deflection or two, and that's about the only offensive opportunities ASU has been able to generate. One off the rush in the first period, and then that's just a nothing shot from the point, but that's going to get this ASU bench, I'm guessing, much more engaged in this game after it looked like the Wildcats were going to run away with the third period. So there might be a little bit of tighter sticks for the Wildcats, but they'll get their chances if they keep playing the way they have. Hughes does a good job to get past Marchand. So now Hughes working down low with Erickson.
Great job there by Hughes, taking a hit to make a play.
So ASU will dump it in the zone, try to get it on the forecheck. Couple quick passes, and the Wildcats are right out. And it's Erickson with Walker. Walker does a great job protecting the puck, gets hauled down from his knees. What an effort by Dylan Walker. Now he finds Shetland in the zone. Shetland with a quick turnaround shot, and that one just goes wide. But Walker showing off his skills on his knees, able to maintain possession for a long time and get some fresh bodies behind him. And now Busby does a good job to fight through a check and get it down low. So now Myers, Slack was all alone out in front. Myers just couldn't get it to him. Wildcats keep it in at the blue line. Now Shetland over to Slack. Slack with a quick shot, and Ham maybe just got a stick on that. So the Wildcats reapplying all the pressure after the ASU goal. Slack, he'll dump it in. Myers, he gets there first, takes a hit to get possession. Good job by Myers to sacrifice the body, finds the pass back to the point. Chioka with a quick shot. That one in on Ham, and Josephson just couldn't quite get it. And it's going to be a penalty going against the Wildcats here for a trip. So ASU, they get one back here in the third. Wildcats are now going to go to the box, so Will Josephson, bit of an unfortunate tripping penalty there. I think he just got his stick tied up in the skates of the ASU player. after the Wildcats were having a pretty great shift there. So looking back at the replay, yeah, Josephson with a quick turnaround just puts his stick into the skates, and a huge penalty kill here in terms of momentum. And the Wildcats do a great job to win a faceoff and get it out of the zone. And now Jesse Lowell, he's going to go one-on-one with Erickson in support. Jesse Lowell fights to the front of the net, and he gets taken down in the process. And that is going to be a penalty against ASU. And even though Robinson tries to go right back at Lowell too, not exactly the most courageous move of all time. And he's going to go to the box too. So congratulations, Robinson. You get to join your friend in the box. You win the prize. So the Wildcats here, even though they were on the penalty kill for all of 11 seconds, ASU just not able to keep their composure. They take some undisciplined penalties, and 2 guys go to the box right away. So the Wildcats here with a huge opportunity. We'll see if the rest, I think we're going to go 5-on-4 here. But just an undisciplined, unnecessary play by Robinson as he comes in and gives the extra shove. So that's going to send him off. So the Wildcats with a huge opportunity on the power play here, which I know I am repeating myself at this point. My apologies, trying to multitask a tiny bit. But the Wildcats, if they can make ASU pay for their mistakes, this will be a very, very well-earned power play goal. Great job to win the face-off here. Now Nicholas Chioka with a quick shot with Lowell screening out in front. That one goes high, so Nicholas Chioka, who might be up to 10 shots of his own so far this game. Shot first mentality. You put a guy as large as Jesse Lowell down below the net. It's a good idea to get shots from the point. So 156. So we're going to go, so it's going to be 5-on-4 here for 1:44. And the Wildcats, if they can take advantage of it, 4-on-3, my apologies. So a lot of more open space. Wildcats have had the better possession so far. Myers with a great move into the zone. He stops up, looks for a passing lane. Nice job there by Kylie Ram to tie him up. But good puck support. Wildcats are able to come away with it, and they do. Over to Chioka. Chioka looking for a tip out in front once again, this time from Swiger. And that one's going to head all the way up top into the netting, so another face-off here. So the Wildcats, who came into this game with a lot on the line, ASU had outworked them up in Tempe in the last 2-game series. Wildcats have had a great response here after a tough weekend against UNLV. Hughes has been a big part of that. Swiger has been a big part of it. Myers having a great game. And ASU just not able to match the intensity so far. But tomorrow's a whole nother story as these teams will go right back at it, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. So now Overland drops it back to Hughes. Hughes feeds it middle to Walker. He's able to get there quickly enough as Gross comes out to challenge him. Walker waits, looking for a lane, tries to go top shelf on Ham, but a sharp angle shot, just not able to pick the corner. So 1 minute left to go on the ASU penalties, 45 left to go on the U of A penalty. So now Hughes drops for Walker. Walker drops to Overland. Lots of drop passes. Really want to see a shot on net here in quick order. Selman calls for it. Nice block there by Ham. So now Overland. He takes a quick shot looking for a tip out in front, and Hughes just couldn't get a stick on that. So Wildcats keep it up at the point. Overland fakes the shot down to Selman. Good job there by ASU to get in lanes. Wildcats need to take a shot. ASU is not going to make it easy to get shots to the net, but Wildcats have to just settle for whatever they can. So 2 seconds left to go. Now Hughes in with a chance. Hughes, he circles back looking for a better lane. Hughes now with a quick shot and a good glove save by Ham, as that one was just above the pad on the glove side. So 4-2 Wildcats here on a Friday night game. That was the worst delivery ever because I've got used to saying matinees after we had 5 1 p.m. games in a row. So good to be back for an evening game to see the Tucson faithful out in support against ASU. One of the best rivalry in all of sports, and we're very lucky to be a part of it here. And now Myers, he comes in support, back to Fisher. He works it across with Shively. So both ASU players now out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Myers tries to feed Shetland out in front, but just not able to connect as ASU did a good job clogging the zone. So now Shetland, he looks to work it behind the net with 2 players on him. Back to John Shively. Shively with a quick shot. And that one gets deflected. ASU going to try to break it out now. Now Robinson. Nice little move to create some space. Dumps it in, but Shively blocks it down. Shively able to get it as far as the blue line. So now Franklin, he feeds it to the middle. Back to Franklin. ASU not able to cleanly get out, but they get it as far as the red line. So nothing pretty about it except effort. Erickson, he's able to drag it out of the pile and throw it down in deep. Walker, he gets in. Great job by Erickson to knock that puck out of the air. He's able to keep possession and he gets it down low. So now Franklin, ASU just trying to get out of their own zone at the moment, but the U of A forecheck has been solid so far. Almost a nice move there, but nothing going as U of A is able to stay in the zone. Erickson goes down along the boards, but it goes back to Overland. 10:50 left to go in the period. Shot there from Hodgson with Erickson out in front, and Ham does a good job to fight through a screen to make that save. Now ASU with some speed over the blue line. That shot doesn't make it through on Sepinen. Hughes, nice little job to let that one go. Erickson gets it as deep as the dots. U of A changing out. Can ASU take advantage? Now a nice shot there. Sepinen had to make a big save. King with a great wrist shot almost beat Sepinen high, but nothing going there. So that's going to go all the way down, but no icing as it was touched on the way through. So Ziegler will get it to the red line, seals that off. Collision at center ice. Refs rule it inadvertent. Ziegler behind the play. He's tied up with a man. Want to see the U of A stay disciplined here, not take any unnecessary penalties, which has plagued the U of A throughout the course of this season. So need to stay composed here as a Wildcat player almost joins the ASU bench. And now Ziegler, they're going to have a little tussle match here. So Connor Ziegler, a very feisty player. We've talked about him and Will Josephson throughout the course of this season and the broadcast.
Yeah, he might not be the biggest player, but he's definitely has some tenacity and hustle. He's definitely nitty and gritty. Tries to get into the heads of the ASU.
So Ziegler was not a fan of the idea of joining the ASU bench. So as he resisted that, not sure which ASU player he went down to the ice with, but that is one part of this rivalry we love to see, is the intensity and how much these guys care about these matchups. So it currently looks like Ziegler is the only one in the box. We'll see how it shakes out. If ASU gets a power play out of this, it could be a huge momentum shift in the game.
Yeah, definitely with 9:46 left in this third period. It's definitely going to be a crucial moment here if there's a power play for the ASU team.
So maybe Ziegler just with a little bit too extra, and that's something we talked about, penalties at bad moments of the game. You'd love to see the fight out of Ziegler, but if they decide to only take one guy, he did a little bit more than the other. So as Jesse Lowell has a discussion with the ref, this face-off is going to come down into the U of A zone. So ASU getting a power play out of that. They get under the skin of Connor Ziegler a little bit, and that'll give them a golden opportunity here in the third period. 9:46 left to go. So as soon as we figure out just exactly what the penalty was, I'm guessing it's going to be a roughing on Ziegler. So now ASU with their best opportunity of the game to do some damage. Robinson, good job to win that face-off as Lowell, he gets out to the point quick, trying to take away time and space, and now ASU will look to set up. Cross-ice pass over to Robinson. He goes down low. Fisher aggressive on the penalty kill. Robinson up to Marchand. Quick shot. Sepinen barely saw that one. So ASU with a dangerous chance early in the power play. Brian Erickson out there with Jesse Lowell for the kill. Robinson over to Tillman. Tillman and Robinson, the two most dangerous offensive players for ASU. Now Robinson fakes the shot, little extra move. Dishes that across to Tillman, now back to Robinson. Quick shot there from Marchant. And speaking with Anthony Cusinelli, Marchant really one of the ASU players that stands out to you, and he's quarterbacking this power play at the point. Now Marchant to Robinson. Marchant holds, quick shot there, and a great block by Shively. So Wildcats are collapsing down low as ASU works the puck around. Now Marchant with another shot. I think that got deflected off the ASU player out in front halfway through the power play. So Wildcats now Fisher without a stick. Quick shot there, and Erickson with a great job, but the Wildcats can't get possession. ASU with their best shift of the game so far at the most important point. Robinson does a good job to win that puck battle against Lowell. So now they get it over to Robinson. Robinson and a diving block by Jesse Lowell, and I think Robinson sent that through the 5-hole of Seppin out the other side. Now Marchant, beautiful move, drags around a defender, and Erickson is the second layer to get in the way of that. But a little bit of anxiety here for the Wildcats as ASU, their power play is looking like the best part of their game right now. So now Marchant, another quick shot, Seppinen with a save. Wildcats need to get this out of the zone. And a little bit of puck luck means Tillman can't corral it. Wildcats with a change, fresh legs against tired power play guys. Now Walker in, takes a shot in on Ham. That one handcuffed him up high, but a good save by Ham.
And the Wildcats are doing a great job of putting their bodies in front of Seppinen, taking those shots for him. That's what the penalty kill is all about.
So Jesse Lowell had a diving save on Robinson, came right back to him, and he sent that one right through the 5-hole and out the other side. So a good job here by the Wildcats to kill off that penalty in the third period. And they'll put Josephson into the dot. ASU almost able to win that face-off, but Walker comes away with it, held in at the blue line, and Rossi makes a smart decision to just chop it in deep. So now ASU trying to get out, some good pressure by Rossi. Trying to go up through the middle, doesn't find anybody, so that'll be an icing there. Thank you so much for everyone to tuning into the stream this evening. We'll be back to do it all over again tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. If you can join us in person, we'd love to have you here, but always appreciate the support on the stream.
Yeah, it's a great turnout here tonight. It's great to see that the Wildcat fans are supporting.
Certainly feels a lot different than those 1 p.m. starts on a Friday, that's for sure. Especially now with no football to contend with. A little bit more U of A love for hockey. Now Hodgson, he can't get the shot away and takes a big hit along the boards. So ASU, they've really turned up the intensity since scoring that second goal. It might have been a lucky one, but they've taken advantage of the opportunity. And now a good job by Hughes to drag that through the traffic. He'll dump it in deep, takes a little bounce off the side of the net. Olsen, he feeds it up to Gross. Gross is gonna look to go one-on-one with Chioka. Not able to get past his man, and Chioka makes a nice defensive play to poke that out of the zone.
Yeah, Chioka's been doing a great job all game with his cornering and keeping the ASU into the boards here.
Without a doubt, the best game Nicholas Chioka has had as a Wildcat this season. He's had his struggles here and there. Seppinen, that one comes out to him, and this is where the Wildcats need to stay disciplined. Everyone loves a good little scrum after the whistle, but the refs at this point in the game with 6:37 left, I got a feeling they're going to take anyone who does just about anything at this point.
Yeah, and I think the refs are going to really try to control this game.
ASU versus U of A can certainly get out of hand. We've seen it many times over the years. But this is where your maturity as a group needs to shine through, not take any unnecessary penalties, and if you can, just smile in the face of getting punched, draw a penalty yourself. But ASU with 6:37 left, they've got to feel like they've still got an opportunity, even though, you know, the shots on goal, 47-21.
Yeah, that's one of the highest shots on goal percentages here for the Wildcats. Are really taking a lot of chances.
Yeah, the fact that we're close to 50 shot territory is something we have not seen out of the Wildcats so far this season. And a big message coming into this weekend was you just have to get more pucks on net. Stop trying to make the pretty plays and do everything beautifully. Sometimes hockey can be an ugly game.
Yeah, and with almost 50 shots on Ham, he's really standing on his head, only letting 4 goals in this game.
Yeah, Ham has been terrific for ASU so far. Marchant on the back end has made some decent plays. Haven't quite seen as much out of some of the other guys as we saw up at ASU. Still probably think there's more to give for some of these ASU players, especially guys like Olsen and Robinson, but the U of A has just made it really tough to win a hockey game here tonight. So a good job there. And I gotta say, I think a really big part of this is the face-offs. I mean, the Wildcats against UNLV were probably only winning about 30% of their face-offs. They've come in here tonight and been closer to the 70% range, which just takes a lot of pressure off of, you know, your goalie and your own zone, because UNLV, they love to just win a face-off and take a shot directly off of it.
Yeah, hockey is all about possession. If your team has the puck, you have an opportunity to score.
Certainly is the way it works, but it's just those face-offs. I mean, when you're at least getting 50-50, it feels like a drastically different game. And the guy returning like Hughes, that's been big in the face-off dot. Selman's had a good night. Now Myers working with Shetland. Shetland, his time and space gets taken away quickly.
And puck's just flying all over here into the stands.
So multiple souvenirs for the Tucson faithful so far. That's one good reason to come attend a game, of course. Maybe you'll catch a game puck, but it's a great atmosphere, especially these U of A ASU games. There's just nothing quite like it.
When I was coming as a kid, I had a whole bag full of game pucks that I would collect.
So the Wildcats able to win yet another face-off, and that leads to possession as Jesse Lowell now all in front. Alone, Swiger scores! Tristan Swiger with a beauty of a backhand goes top shelf. Face-off win, possession. Jesse Lowell and Selman work together perfectly, and Swiger makes no mistake on the finish. So Tristan Swiger continues to have an incredible game here this evening, stepping up when the Wildcats needed it the most, as ASU absolutely came in this weekend with aspirations of winning that Cactus Cup. And no matter what happens tomorrow, the Cup is not going anywhere this weekend.
Scored by number 24, Tristan Swiger. Assisted by number 20, Brody Selman, and number 5, John Shipley. Again, Wildcats goal. Scored by number 24, Tristan Swiger. Assisted by number 20, Brody Selman, and number 5, John Shipley. Time of the goal, 14:03 of the third period.
So Tristan Swiger, a guy who everybody enjoys talking about just because he works so hard. And this is only his first season as a Wildcat. He's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, and as you heard from that play call there from the announcer, it was the whole front line that made that play happen there.
And it's just part of it is just how good Jesse Lowell and Brody Selman are fighting each other. So Selman gets tied up with his man. Ham goes down. Luckily, he's no worse for wear. So Selman without a stick. I'm sure his bank account will be happy. It's not broken, just lost. So Gross not able to corral that. Good to see Ham pop right back up, who has been solid for ASU, has given them a chance to win. And now ASU with a good steal behind the net. Chance out in front, and a diving block by Hunter Hodgson takes away an almost guaranteed goal, and that's 4-on-2 back the other way. Overland working with Hughes. Back to Erickson. He shoots. That one got blocked, I think. But a great effort there by Hunter Hodgson, who has come up big in this game. The number plays big shot there, and a blocker saved by Ham. That one almost pops right out to the side of the net. So a four-man battle below the goal line. Hughes with Erickson. Hughes tries the little touch pass to the slot, but with a 5-2 lead, Wildcats probably don't want to overcommit down low. You just want to make sure you play smart, get the details right, and leave this building feeling good about him. It wasn't absolutely a do-or-die game for the Wildcats here tonight.
And Hunter Hodgson with an amazing shift here, just all over the ice with puck possession.
And the biggest difference to me in this game is just the effort. When the Wildcats did lose that game, one of the series up in ASU, it's just ASU outworked them the whole 60 minutes. And the Wildcats, they've been the ones to outwork ASU here tonight in a game where, if ASU takes this one, you come in tomorrow with the chance to see ASU and a chance out in front for Myers all alone, and he scores! Sam Myers, Ham down and out. Myers with the patience to finish it. And I can't even finish praising. I was trying to praise ASU for their effort up there, but the Wildcats making sure they establish dominance in their own building on a Friday night. And we are at 6-2 now for the Wildcats as the opportunities just continue to mount. and Ham just could not stay with Myers.
Yeah, and ASU needs to probably step up in the defense here. They're kind of leaving.
Wildcats goal! Scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assistant number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Number 4, Luke Busby. Again, Wildcats goal scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assistant number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Number 4, Luke Busby. Top of the goal, 16.
So just an offensive explosion here from the Wildcats. Close to that 50 shot mark, 6 goals, almost matching a season high of 7 in such a critical matchup. I was talking to everyone before this game that you were going to see exactly what this team character-wise was made of based off of tonight, and they have stepped up in a huge way. Now Swiger, he tries to feed middle to Josephson. Rossi gets tied up with Kylie Ram behind the net, and ASU will look to dump it in. So Sepinen making sure no more long-range shots get through him. Nicholas Chioka flies it through the middle. And now ASU with 2:53 left will just look to build on something for tomorrow night, as we'll do it all over again. And as a Wildcat fan, you got to be excited based off of what you've seen here from this group. And it's been just a group effort from everybody. Myers with a goal, Swiger with 2, Jesse Lowell with 2. It's just been a solid effort throughout, and now Brody Selman in all alone. Selman waits, dekes, shoots, and Ham with an incredible pad save as Selman just couldn't elevate the puck. But kudos to Ham, stayed with him the whole way, gave him nothing to shoot at.
And that was almost a third defensive mishap by ASU, leaving just only one Wildcat player against Ham there.
So Brody Selman not able to cap off the evening with a bang, or at least not yet, but Brody Selman, who did get the opening goal of the game after ASU took the lead. Wildcats tied it 1-1. When you look back at this season, based off of that play, that goal from Selman's going to loom large. Now ASU trying to work it around, but it's going to go right back the other way as Tyler Shetland, he'll get on his horse over the blue line, drops it to Slack. Slack can't control it, but sticks with possession. They get it out to the slot. No one home for either team, but Shetland the recipient of that. Shetland now trying to look for a pass through the crease. Good job by ASU to take away the blue paint.
And Ham is definitely looking tired. He's taking a little bit longer to get up on his feet. He's taken a lot of shots tonight.
So we'll see if ASU goes back to Ham tomorrow, or if they decide to go with one of their backups. Either way, Ham has put in a heck of an effort here. Rossi, he takes a hard hit to make a play. ASU trying to turn it around at the blue line. But it's just possession right back to the Wildcats. Cosden takes a bump, and then Rossi, he throws a shoulder into Olsen. 1:17 left to go on a beautiful Friday evening. Sepinen and Cosden, that's a little bit dangerous, guys. You probably don't want to finish off a game by potentially, kicking your goalie in the head, but luckily no harm done there. So with 1 minute left to go, Wildcats up 6-2. Just a fantastic evening here of hockey from the U of A. I got to think, though, ASU is going to come out with a big response tomorrow.
Yeah, and ASU is definitely in survival mode right now, trying to finish out this period.
ASU, a proud group, very close in the standings with the U of A. They enjoy coming and playing in this building, trying to play spoiler, and the Wildcats tonight said no. So 30 seconds left to go. Connor Ziegler, it would have been great to see him get a breakaway opportunity, since everything he does is away from the puck or getting in the way of pucks. So now Busby, he'll just touch it into the zone. 14 seconds left to go. Wildcats now, Walker, can he get one more chance off the post? Beats Ham, glove side off the bar. So the Tucson crowd will thank the Wildcats for their effort. This group is going to head into the locker room knowing they played one of their best games of the entire season at the right time, and just a fantastic evening to be a Wildcat fan and hockey player.
Yeah, that was definitely a great game tonight. Wildcats really came out to play. Lots of hustle, lots of teamwork. Lots of passing, definitely a lot of shots.
So thank you so much for everyone for tuning into the stream. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. UAZ hockey versus ASU once again. Sebastian Janik with Garrett Kane. This is Wildcat Hockey.